Welcome to the most exciting episode in this series. What is UVA and UVB radiation? I know you couldn't wait for this one. But before you skip through it, let me just give you a few tips. UVA rays are responsible for aging. They're rays that penetrate deep into the bone, actually, and over time, they start to break down the collagen and elastin in your skin, and you end up looking older than you are. So there you have it. That's UVA. Isn't that fun? Is that something to look forward to? UVB rays are responsible for making your skin burn, and they're more dangerous actually, because if you suffer burns, especially when you're a child, it can contribute to skin cancers later in life. So you want to avoid the UVB rays as much as possible. So when do they come out? When do I avoid the sun? Well, if you're like me, you come out at sunset. No, just kidding. If you are going to go in the sun, you have to be aware that the UVB rays are the most active between like 10 and 4. But I know that's unrealistic to say, hey, you're going on vacation, don't go outside between 10 and 4. But here's what I'll tell you. Really between like 11 and 2 is when it's the most powerful. So in addition to these wonderful sunscreens that we have, you want to make sure that you are doing something a little bit extra. So for example, I always carry a parasol with me, and I know that sounds funny, but I have probably 3 dozen parasols, paper parasols, and it's like instant shade. And I'll tell you, it works. It really works. I also will bring with me when I'm traveling on a vacation a long sleeve shirt that I can just toss in the cooler and wring it out, and that nice cool water feels so good on my skin. And again, it's added protection when you're out in the direct sun. If you're at the beach, make sure you're under an umbrella or a gazebo. All these little things help. Sunscreen is just one part of your overall strategy, just like anti-aging. The wonderful anti-aging moisturizer that we make, Celtic Jewel, it's a lifesaver, but you have to use it in conjunction with other things to get the maximum results. So all these little tips that I'm giving you in this series hopefully will make you have an aha moment and say, oh yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And then you won't burn, and long term, you hopefully, knock on wood, won't get skin cancer and won't prematurely age. Isn't that great? So now there you go. Now you know what UVA and UVB is. And one last tip. Zinc oxide is the physical block that I talked about in part 1 of this series. It blocks UVA and UVB rays, which is why it's so wonderful. So there you go. The more you know. In the next installation, I'm going to talk about other things that you can do in the sun for part of your sun strategy. So stay tuned.